MLB insiders have revealed massive Juan Soto free agency updates, as one insider believes the New York Mets are far and away a lock to sign Juan Soto away from the New York Yankees, and there's a lot of conflicting reports on what's going down with Soto and his free agency that could be coming to an end fairly soon, and we're going to break all of this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do. But also, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. It helps me get on my grind and keep making videos for you guys like this. Now, 16% of people are subscribed. Let's get that up, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about baseball, and there's been a lot of Juan Soto news this entire free agency. And what we've seen from Bob Nightengale is saying the New York Mets are the clear-cut favorite to sign Juan Soto this offseason. As things currently stand, it's a four-horse race for Juan Soto between the Mets, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the Boston Red Sox, all of whom have met with Soto and his agent Scott Boras in recent weeks. Now, on top of this, an anonymous MLB agent said it's not going to be like a year ago when the winter meetings were an embarrassment and nothing had happened. This year is different. Everyone is much more aggressive, or at least they are acting like it. So this Juan Soto stuff, it sounds like it's coming to an end soon, and as of right now, the New York Mets are the favorites to land the New York Yankees superstar. Now, his year with the Yankees was unbelievable. He had a career high of 41 home runs. The man, there's a reason why he was unanimously the third place MVP vote. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. showed that it's not just a name that sounds like an elite shortstop on the Kansas City Royals from Texas. That man is just that good, and, well, Aaron Judge was the best player on the planet last year. Outside of that, Soto was the best player in the American League. There's no way around it. That's just what happened. Juan Soto is just that good. He's the biggest free agent, one of the biggest free agents of all time, arguably second only to Shohei Ohtani, who obviously signed that massive contract, which is the biggest in MLB history. Soto wants the biggest contract in MLB history now. Technically, does Shohei deserve it more? Yeah, he does, but this is how it goes. The highest paid player in the league is usually not the number one talent, though sometimes they are, and Juan Soto is very close to the number one talent. So it would make sense why the New York Yankees are in a tough bidding war to keep Juan Soto on the team right now. And there's just a lot going down with all this Soto stuff. I mean, Alex Cohen, the wife of Mets owner Steve Cohen, is following him on Instagram, and Juan Soto is now following Francisco Lindor, Starling Marte, JD Martinez, so he's following some Mets. Obviously, that's not some world-breaking story. This isn't Shohei on the plane to Toronto or anything. Look, it's a big deal having a guy who's 26 years old, still getting better, and already an elite MLB superstar hitting free agency. With the money happening, and with this really being between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets, they're getting very interesting. Like, now, yes, the Boston Red Sox have a chance, I guess, but their team's not very good. Like, frankly, the Red Sox are just not that good. I understand they're young, and they have nice young talent, but the team's just flat out not very good, and frankly, why would he go there when he'd be the only player, they have other solid talents, like Duran's good and all that. Their pitching's all right, but it's like, are we really going to see Juan Soto go to a team that can't win when the whole thing about Juan has mainly been that wherever he goes, he wants to win. He also wants to get paid the most money possible and probably is going to take the highest offer regardless. But at the same time, you have to imagine that Juan Soto is not going to go to objectively the worst out of these four teams. I mean, the Yankees and the Mets were both in, ALCS, NLCS. They're both there. They were both in the pennant series. The Yankees won it. They went to the World Series. They played horribly in the World Series against the stacked-up Dodgers team that you really had no margin for error with, and they lost. Now, the Dodgers did talk to him, but that's just because Juan was in LA, and it was easy for them. They're not going to go out there and sign Juan Soto. They're not a serious threat. They don't feel like getting into bidding wars when they have an already $1 billion plus payroll. They just don't feel a need to do that. And they're right. They shouldn't have to do that. They don't need to do it. And sources involved in the Juan Soto talks expect the teams will begin forwarding offers this week. To date, the process has been about Soto meeting with teams and clubs and all about those officials getting to know Soto. Now the offers are coming, the second meeting where you're throwing that contract, that 14-year deal towards Juan Soto where he's getting 40+ million for the rest of his career. Look, I mean, he's that good. He deserves the money, and I want the New York Yankees to re-sign him. It's just, this is terrifying because it just feels like the Mets have this edge right now over the New York Yankees, and frankly, I just don't want to see Juan Soto in a Mets jersey. That's going to suck. I think we all have Mets fan friends, and Juan Soto, I mean, if he leaves the Yankees are going to have to make so many moves just to make up for it, and it's not clear even if it, like, first of all, you're banking on them getting people to agree to these contracts, but it's also trying to match what Juan Soto brought you. You have to do so much, and I am going to do a video on that. Literally, I'm going to record it right after I finish recording this one. So we will talk more about Juan Soto and his future with the New York Yankees, or Juan Soto and the New York Yankees, and really just the future of the Yankees if Soto leaves. My brain is all over the place right now. But look, here's the deal with Juan Soto. It's really between the Yankees and the Mets. Yeah, the Blue Jays are possible. The Red Sox are possible. And the Blue Jays have a rich owner, so they might be willing to spend a lot of money. But it feels like at the end of the day, especially if Soto's going to leave the New York Yankees, Steve Cohen's going to throw him an offer that the New York Yankees just cannot match. That is the way that Juan Soto leaves the team. Look, Soto liked his year in the Yankees, and he liked getting closer with Hal Steinbrenner over the meeting that they had. He liked everything about being on the New York Yankees. He enjoyed it. I mean, he's such a Yankee. Like, he fits this team perfectly. I mean, it would just be super, super exciting to keep Juan Soto around and have him be the face of the Yankees once Aaron Judge is slowing down. I mean, he's 33 years old. We'll probably get 3 more years of the offense that Judge brings at its top level. By that point, Juan Soto is going to be 29 years old. He's still not even going to be 30. It makes sense for Juan Soto to stick around, knowing he'll be the face of the Yankees for a very long time. Like, he's going to have a long, long career as the best player on the Yankees because Judge is not young. Now, the Yankees also know, they're not dumb. I am very critical of this team. They're not a dumb organization. Hal Steinbrenner understands how bad he is going to look if he lets Juan Soto walk to the New York Mets, and he's going to do a lot to prevent that. But he cannot get into a bidding war with Steve Cohen. Everyone knows this is the case, and it gives the Mets a clear edge. Now, for the Yankees to keep him, it's really about you got to match the deal and hope that Steve Cohen doesn't try to break baseball contracts and force a salary cap by giving Soto a $1 billion deal. I mean, Steve Cohen's worth, I want to say $123 billion or something like that. That might be Steve Ballmer, actually. Whatever the little brother in one of the major cities is of 2 completely different sports, one of their owners is worth $123 billion. Regardless, Hal Steinbrenner, literally, I have the gap between Hal Steinbrenner's net worth and mine is smaller than the gap between Hal and Cohen's. Steve Cohen is 4 times richer than Hal Steinbrenner. And for Hal to have to pull this one off, it is going to be difficult. But the Yankees understand that they have to do this. You cannot upset Aaron Judge and the squad. It's just hard to imagine them being a contender without Juan Soto. So I do imagine that they're going to do everything they can to keep him, and I'm very interested to seeing what happens. And once something happens and when all the updates happen, I will be here to break it all down on Yankees Digest. So make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.